Your source for the #1 sports weekends. Fox Sports, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
Gargantuan explosion. Oh my God, I don't believe it. The northeast corner has exploded in the most incredible explosion. Flames are flying out of the building. They're 5-10 stories high now. Black billowing smoke. The building corner, the whole entire corner is gone.
Both World Trade Center buildings in New York City right now, heaps of rubble. At 9 o'clock this morning, a plane crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan.
I heard the noise. I was in my office and I heard the guy screaming. So I ran out and everybody was saying, oh my God, and they're in tears, they're crying. Everybody's upset.
I was just trying to make phone calls. I looked up and I heard an explosion, and then I saw everybody in the street react first. People crying, people on the ground, everybody lying down. And then I looked up and I saw this huge plume of smoke and the tower just crumbling, and it just turned into a huge plume of smoke. And next thing you know, there's smoke in one tower.
Shortly after 9 o'clock, a second plane crashed into the second tower.
Oh my God! I heard a noise coming in incredibly low, and then I was standing here looking out the window, and I knew it was going to crash and something was going to hit the building. I dove away from the window because I thought the explosion was going to implode the windows and I'd be shattered with glass flying out. As soon as it hit, I came back and there was a ball of flame.
I'm still shaking. I saw it hit the tower and flame everywhere.
Then minutes later, President Bush in Sarasota, Florida, called those crashes an apparent terrorist attack and a national tragedy.
Today, we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country. Terrorism against our nation will not stand. May God bless the victims, their families, and America.
Then an aircraft crashes near the Pentagon just outside of Washington, D.C. in Northern Virginia, about an hour after those attacks in New York.
I was looking out our 12th floor windows at 1600 Wilson Boulevard in Rosslyn, Virginia, and I watched this. It looked like a commuter plane, 2-engine, come down from the south, real low, proceed right on and crashed right into the Pentagon.
Then shortly after 10 o'clock this morning, one World Trade Center tower in New York collapsed.
Lots of smoke, and then the next thing I heard an explosion, and the building from the top, the south building, just crumbled.
Just after 10:30 this morning, the other World Trade Center tower collapsed.
We were standing there looking up at flames coming out of the building and smoke billowing out of the building, and police and FBI everywhere, and suddenly we heard a rumble and the sky was full of smoke. Everybody crowds of people running through, shouting out to each other not to fall into the subway entrances.
So it's just truly amazing because yesterday afternoon we were sitting in the World Trade Plaza Center having lunch, and so now those 2 buildings are completely destroyed.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be defended. Make no mistake, the United States will hunt down and punish those responsible for these cowardly acts. We will do whatever is necessary to protect America.
And hope we continue to do that. Freedom was attacked that day, and freedom is continuing to be attacked, and that's why you never, ever, ever want to let anybody forget these attacks. And it's just horrible. It was a horrible day, and we are remembering it today, as we do every September 11th. Robin, you're the only person I knew. Oh no, my son went to the memorial. He actually went into the museum too, didn't he? My son and his wife went to visit the memorial and the museum. But you went to the memorial.
Yeah, because the museum wasn't open when I went. It was like 2 weeks out before it opened when I went.
But since then you've been there, and what was it like? Just tell me what it felt like. And you're walking close to it before you can read the first name. What does it just feel like as you're walking in that? Because you went to the World Trade Center towers when they were still standing.
Right. Went to the top with my kids.
So the next time you're there, did you ever go to Ground Zero when it was still just a wreck? When it was still just, I don't mean a real wreck. I mean, when it was just a construction site?
Yeah, when you and I went,
it was
still a construction site.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, you played up there in New York, so we went that weekend.
We did an interview with Fire Commissioner James McCauley 2 years ago, and I was listening to it this morning. In fact, I reposted it on the WOCA Facebook page. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I forgot that I never heard from anybody but him is that the pile of rubble that was left after the World Trade Center towers collapsed was 12 stories tall.
Yeah, that was...
Just picture a pile of rubble 3 stories taller than the Ocala Hilton. Mm-hmm. Picture the Hilton, and now picture 1/3 of that building on top of itself. So it's 12 stories. That's how high the rubble was, not to mention how far. It was like 2 acres wide.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe more, but it was 12 stories tall of rubble.
Mm-hmm. It was just so sad.
I have some stuff. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. It seems like after 14 years, we would know everything there was to know about September 11, 2001. September 11, 2001 resulted in the largest loss of life from a foreign attack on American soil, far more than Pearl Harbor. A total of 18 people were rescued alive from that rubble. 18 people.
Gosh.
18 people.
Out of the thousands.
Out of 3,000 or so. Mm-hmm. After the first plane hit Building 1 of the World Trade Center, employees in Building 2 were instructed to stay in the building, not to evacuate it. The New York City fire evacuation procedures called for evacuations only of those floors directly adjacent to a fire. People didn't listen to that, though, if you remember.
Yes.
People left anyway.
Yeah, of course. They weren't going to stay.
Video accounts of the World Trade Center attacks were aired on news stations all around the world almost instantly. However, video footage of the Pentagon attack was not released to the public until 2006, 5 years later. Mm-hmm. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever knew that.
No, I didn't either.
Wow.
But that one fella in the piece that you put together and that you just played said that he saw that plane.
Right.
Hit the Pentagon.
Well, everything as talk show hosts, we have guests regularly who are pitching their book and trying to get us to, and I mean, there's all kinds of books, but those books that try to persuade you to think one way or the other. Mm-hmm. We've had more than a few that have tried to persuade us to think one way or the other about September 11th, 2001. Conspiracy theorists is what they're typically called. And a lot of them made a lot of sense. 14 years later, though, I don't buy into any of them. I'm sure Galen Uneld is happy to hear that.
Yeah, he's happy.
But I also think it's fair to say, on my defense, that because they made so much sense, it was worth looking into. And I think by looking into it, we had a guest by the name of Spencer something. He was Peter Peter Spence or something. I can't remember his name
Spence.
now.
That was his last.
He was from
name,
ABC News, and he was the go-to guy for building number 7, which was the last piece of this whole puzzle that I needed to be convinced about.
Yeah.
Because it fell down as if it was demolished, not as if it was in the same way. And he told us, and we have that sound clip somewhere. I wonder if I have it somewhere here. Maybe I can find it.
Yeah, but that was his name, Peter Spence, and he was right there. He was
Let's see if I have
in
it
the
here.
thick of things.
Peter Spence. Now, Peter, what do you think I called it if I put it in here?
Oh.
Oh, that's Peter Marshall. Who's Peter? Well,
He said,
Peter Marshall. What is that?
no, I don't know.
All right, Peter Spence.
Oh, he was from Hollywood Squares, wasn't he? Peter
so.
Marshall.
Well, anyway, I can't remember, but he
Yeah, I hope
he,
it's still
he
in
told
there.
us that building, because it was a high security building, was actually wired to be brought down if something ever happened, and that's why it fell down the way it did.
Yeah, exactly.
And he wrote it in his book. I guess I'll have to look it up and see if I can remember which book it was. I'll try to do that during the break. So let's take the break right now. I do have some more. And if you have something you want to say about what you remember of September 11th, you're welcome to call. If it's an opinion, I'm fine with that. If you want to disagree with anything we've said, I'm fine with that too. What am I looking for here? The commercials, the weather. All right, we'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be hot and humid today. Sunshine will mix with clouds. It'll lead to a thunderstorm in the afternoon. High 90 to 93. Tonight, some clearing. Shower thunderstorm near the coast this evening. Low 71 to 75. Tomorrow again, sunshine mixed with clouds. Couple showers and thunderstorms. High of 82 to 88. An afternoon thunderstorm for Sunday with a high of 81 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 West 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Robin, let's try a little plant trivia. Name this nursery. It's a not-for-profit, and it teaches growing and caring for plants to their students.
Oh, that's easy. Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? It's a nursery conveniently located between Ocala and Bellevue.
Again, it's Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? A nursery with a wide variety of just what you need or want at the most reasonable prices.
Kenny's Place, of course.
Kenny's Place at 7677 Southeast 41st Court. Give them a call at 867-1213. It's a caring place for people and plants. It's Kenny's Place.
Nestled in the heart of horse country, just off I-75 exit 354, the award-winning and newly refreshed Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala invites you to pamper yourself in one of our comfy guest rooms. Enjoy our free and fast Wi-Fi, heated outdoor swimming pool, 24-hour fitness center, and our deluxe continental breakfast. Other on-site amenities include a restaurant, putt-putt golf, and a car wash. Go happy, go Hojo at the Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala, proud sponsor of Friday Night High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Are you looking for a durable farm fence to keep your horses enclosed, or a beautiful vinyl fence to give that finishing touch to your home? Seminole Fence has over 20 years of experience in providing quality fence products and services for farm and residential properties. Let them surround your property with a fence that provides privacy, security, and stunning appeal. Don't wait. Contact them today at 352-208-0959 for a free estimate. Seminole Fence, working hard to build fences and harder to build relationships.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. It's Friday, but it's also September 11th. We're remembering the events of September 11th, 2001, 14 years later. I remember when a lot of the authors, we were thinking about the authors. I'm sorry, I couldn't find the guy from ABC News, but he's had a book out there, and we did a big thing on this too, by the way.
Yeah, we did.
But one of the things that came up, not from Peter, but it was regarding the biblical prophecies. And I'm not a biblical prophecy person, but but I looked it up real quickly. And Revelation, the book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 1 through 11, so it was 9/11, starts with, "And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit, and he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit." Isn't that an amazing? Wow! Amazing. Of course, you can read anything into anything, I suppose. All right, so some other things that we are perhaps not we're not aware of from September 11th, 2001. On the average day, about 50,000 people worked in the World Trade Center towers, and another 40,000 would come and go through the building complex. That's amazing. 50,000.
It is.
Many people forget that the 9/11 wasn't the first time terrorists targeted the World Trade Center. In 1993, a car exploded, killing 6 people. I remembered that very clearly.
Yes,
because I had been to the building, obviously, before that. And then I went to the building after that. And after that, security was completely changed. Not only that, but it was very rare that you could get to the observation deck on the top of the building shortly after 1993. Of the casualties resulting from the World Trade Center attacks on September 11th, 343 were New York City firefighters. 23 were New York City police officers, and 37 officers from the Port Authority building. As others ran away, these brave men and women ran into the buildings. Few people realize that another World Trade Center collapsed that day, not just the Twin Towers. In fact, Building 7 fell that afternoon. We were already talking about that. It was not publicized, and a lot of information was not shared with the public. It was concluded that the structure came down because of fire damage. Reportedly, never in the history of construction has steel melted to the point of collapse. And that's why there was all of this conspiracy theory stuff about building number 7. I got to find the guy's name who told us that the building was wired for the intent of being brought down, not because of terrorists, but because they had some confidential information in that building. That was the FBI headquarters. That was the mayor's headquarters.
Yeah.
And so they had it set up that if they had to get out of there and just destroy it all, they could do it with the push of a button. And that's what he told us.
Yes.
I got to find that someplace. I promise you that we had that discussion.
Oh, sure we did. Yeah.
Every Tuesday morning, New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani had a recurring meeting on the 23rd floor of Building 7. His meeting the morning of 9/11 was canceled just a few hours earlier. So that's, again, feeding to the conspiracy theories. Let me go to the phone. I apologize. I wasn't looking at my screen. Let me take a couple of calls here. There's one right there. Good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for calling. Are you there? Hello? Nobody there?
Nope.
Okay, some more. Exactly 9 months after 9/11, the birth rate at New York City hospitals was 20% higher than the same month in 2000. Well, that's kind of interesting. It's reported that alcohol consumption in New York City rose 25% the week after 9/11 compared to the previous year. Church and synagogue attendance was up 20% after the attacks.
Yeah, people find comfort wherever they find comfort.
To clean up the World Trade Center site, it took 3.1 million man-hours and $750 million, clearing 1.8 million tons of wreckage. That's amazing.
Huge.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Larry and Robin. How are you guys?
Hey, Mark. Good.
Just wanted to make a comment, and I appreciate you even bringing up, Larry, everything that you've mentioned this morning, and also the aspect of Building 7. That apparently, and you just said it a second ago, no steel frame building has ever collapsed due to fire. Traditional fire does not burn hot enough to melt steel. It requires a higher flash point, which white phosphorus can initiate. What I would just say about the Pentagon, many Americans may not be aware of the fact that the Pentagon had just started a security upgrade, a physical security upgrade construction project, and the first wing out of the Pentagon, Larry, that had been finished was coincidentally the one that was struck. The upgraded, the wall security, the window security, very expensive flash windows, and actually I would just also share share with the listeners, that's the section where the Chief of Naval Operations, where the Marines also have a liaison in there that Marines do respond to the Navy. The Navy actually controls the battlefield, whether you're on the ground or in the ocean. So it's the most strategic part of the compound. And I also share that the reason I don't know that to be a fact, Larry, that it took 5 years to show stuff about the Pentagon, because the Pentagon would be a traditional military target, so we're not going to let people see and know things too quickly, because it would show vulnerability. And I think you and I might agree on that. So, but I thank you for having the show this morning, Larry.
All right, thank you, Mark. Appreciate your thoughts.
Okay.
Let's see, what else do we have here? If you want to call, you're welcome to do that. The number is 622-9622. New York City firefighters could not extinguish all the fires caused by the 911 attack for 100 days.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Wow.
Horrible.
At Princeton University, a computer-generated algorithm program called the Random Event Generator predicted a cataclysmic event was about to unfold. That was 3 hours before the attack.
Wow.
That's crazy stuff.
Yeah, well, people will find stuff like that and everything.
The week after the 911 attacks, the top searches on Google were Osama bin Laden, the World Trade Center, CNN, and Nostradamus. And Google wasn't much yet at that point, was it?
No.
It was still pretty new.
No. Yeah. Yep.
Cantor Fitzgerald is a financial services firm that operated out of the World Trade Center and lost 658 employees that day. Since then, they've dedicated the proceeds from their efforts every September 11th to worldwide charities, raising upwards of $101 million for good causes and honoring their fallen comrades.
Mm-hmm.
Today is Patriot Day. It is not a national holiday, but there is a group of people that want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
A day of remembrance. What is the actual... Let me see. On October 25th, 2001, U.S. House of Representatives Joint Resolution number 71 was approved. Resolution 71 requested that the President designate September 11th of each year as Patriot Day. President George W. Bush signed the resolution into law on December 18th, 2001. If you're writing online, they're asking that you post hashtag Patriot Day or hashtag Day of Service and Remembrance, so that people can kind of, I guess it's a way of putting them all together in one place. I guess that's what that does.
I don't think it should be a proclaimed holiday where everybody's off of work or anything like that, because that would be the anti-thing to the 911 attacks. That's what everybody wants over there that does not like the United States. They want us to cower. So with everybody going about their daily affairs on the anniversary of 9/11, I think is the best way to show that we're not afraid.
President Obama is asking us to fly the American flag at half-staff today. At the White House and the United States government buildings, the establishments at home and abroad. The president has also asked Americans to observe a moment of silence beginning at 8:46 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's the time the first plane struck the North Tower of the World Trade Center.
Everybody would do that anyway, just out of courtesy.
He also strongly encourages Americans to use the Corporation for National and Community Service to find and volunteer for service opportunities. On September 10th of 2012, President Obama issued a proclamation renaming the day as Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance in reference to both Public Laws 107-89 and 111-13. That's the Edward M. Kennedy's Serve America Act. I don't think there was a political divide on September 11th, 2001. I think we were all one people. I would like to see that again.
Oh, yeah. It's not hard. Just forget the labels and work together.
Seems to be hard.
Yeah, I know. That's because they don't forget the labels.
Well, we're going to continue talking about these things. Let's just kind of wrap it up. We will take a little break and be right back. Something a little bit lighter on the other side, but it's still along the same lines. When Galen Unol will talk about warnings that foreigners are given when they come to America. Mm-hmm. We'll be right back. From something so bad.
The plane just crashed into the World Trade Center. If there's ever a reason to smile in times like these, so sad.
Tower 2 has had a major explosion and what appears to be a complete collapse.
That I get to know you. It's that I get to hold you. It's that I get to cry and know you're there.
It looked like the plane was aiming towards the building.
If there's anything.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. It's been 14 years since the 9/11 attacks and this vow from President George W.
The United
Bush.
States will hunt down and punish those responsible for these cowardly acts.
Today, our nation remembers.
A ceremony at the National September 11th Memorial and Museum in Lower Manhattan will include 6 moments of silence to mark the time when each tower fell and to mark the moments of the attacks on the Pentagon and Flight 93.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers, a memorial to the attacks in Kansas City, Missouri, allegedly the target of a bomb plot by a 20-year-old Florida man who authorities say provided bomb-making information to an FBI informant. And 1 Marine is dead, 18 others hurt at Camp Pendleton in California after a training crash involving a vehicle rollover. Fox News, we report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to Facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto. Shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network, giving you the power to prosper.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing service, we also offer fence row spraying. Now is the perfect time to get ahead on weed control for an overall aesthetic appearance. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440 or online at powellgene@yahoo.com. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440.
It's the end of the fiscal year, and that means budget cuts and number crunching. Now's the time of the year you're evaluating your expenses, planning your budget, and finding ways to save money and increase efficiency to maximize profits. Dex Imaging understands and delivers. Call Dex Imaging today for a free document management evaluation. Cutting your office expenses is as easy as calling Dex Imaging, 352-266-0333. Start saving money today and increase your bottom line with Dex Imaging. Printers, copiers, and fax machines that increase office productivity and save you money. No one understands your bottom line better. Call Dex Imaging today, 352-266-0333, or check them out on the web at deximaging.com. That's DEXimaging.com. Or call 352-266-0333 for your free document management evaluation today.
Chip, I know we made believers out of those who thought there was no such thing as a free ride. No interest on most new Fords for 72 months? Well, Ford Lincoln of Ocala and Village Ford of Bellevue is sweetening that terrific deal even more. How about free fuel for a year?
Free fuel for a year?
Simply visit FordableCala.com or MyVillageFord.com. Schedule a test drive of any vehicle on the lot, and you become automatically eligible to be chosen to receive free fuel for a year.
That's just another great reason to shop for your next car, truck, SUV, or